Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. It's a guy, Egin Wilson. Good afternoon. So, so I hope. What's the time now? Ja, guten Tag, alle zusammen. Ja, ich bin wieder da heute. Ja, bin ich jetzt live heute. Ja, so guys, why I'm still waiting for people to come around. I've not seen anyone. So if you are coming, just signify, let us know you are there. So, wenn du da bist, sag mal einfach, schreib mal, dass du da bist. Einfach, ich bin da. Ich gucke aus München oder aus Hannover oder aus Afrika oder aus Amerika oder aus England. Einfach Bescheid sagen, dass du da bist. Weil bis jetzt habe ich noch nicht jemanden gesehen. Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob ich korrekt bin, aber wie gesagt, habe ich noch nicht. Ich sehe niemand, sozusagen. Obwohl habe ich mitgekriegt, dass es kann sein, dass Leute schon da sind. Sie melden sich einfach nicht. Aber ich wäre sehr gut, wenn sie sich einfach mal melden. Sag einfach, dass ich da bin. Okay? So I've not seen anybody, from my end here. So it would be nice if somebody could just say, I am there. Ben Bensame. Hallo. Herzlichen Willkommen. You are welcome. Sag mal, von woher guckst du an? Aus welcher Stadt oder aus welchem Land? Let me know where you are watching from, guys. Let me know, Ben Bensame. Where are you watching from? Oh, I can see 7. Oh, Deutschland. Okay, super. Super. F habe ich plötzlich gesehen. Das ist sehr gut. Und schönen Sonntag. Ja, sehr gut. Benjamin, ja, aus Deutschland. Das ist sehr gut. Ja, 13. Super. Wir warten noch auf andere Leute. Heute geht es um generationenübergreifendes Vermögen. Ja, Generational Wealth. Ja, wir werden darüber reden. Heute 16. Super. Wie ist euer Sonntag? Bestimmt sehr gut. Es ist ruhig hier. Ne? Ist immer ruhig am Sonntag. Ja, viele bleiben zu Hause. Und Gott sei Dank, die Sonne scheint hier. Manche sind draußen, sie genießen die Sonne. Und wie sieht es aus bei euch? Sag mal Bescheid, sag was. Hallo, Benjamin, ja, hallo. Wie sieht es aus bei dir? Ist es immer noch kalt? Ist es warm? Und sag Bescheid, wie sieht es aus? Bei uns jetzt ist es sehr ruhig. Sonne scheint, oh super, stimmt, hier auch. Hier auch die Sonne scheint. Mitte, okay. Okay, sehr gut. Wir warten noch auf andere Leute. Also, hier ist gewesen. Wenn du noch nicht abonniert hast, mach mal schnell. Ne? Du kannst auch ein Teil dieser Familie ne, sein, sodass du kriegst es immer mit, immer wenn ich live bin oder irgendwelche Video posten, dann kannst du gleich mitkriegen. Was machst du für Content? Ja, ich erzähle nur über etwas Wichtiges für unser Leben. Ne? Was ist wichtig, wie wir etwas, wie wir eigentlich klarkommen mit unserem Leben. Das ist erzählt, wir helfen uns gegenseitig, ne? Oder gegeneinander, kann ich sagen. Ne? So, ich erzähle, was ich weiß darüber. Heute geht es um generationenübergreifendes Vermögens. Ne? Wie kann man eine langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit schaffen? Wie läuft es? Es ist nur es ist einfach so wie eine Beratungsstelle. Ne? Wie kann man langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit schaffen? Ne? Und hat er gesagt, hallo. Sehr gut, hast du gesagt. So, aber leider muss ich auch auf Englisch sprechen, weil ich hier spreche ich auf Englisch, weil viele Abonnenten sprechen Englisch, ja, deswegen muss ich auf Englisch sprechen. Aber ab und zu rede ich auch auf Deutsch, was ich gesagt habe. Versuche ich es wieder zu übersetzen, okay? Und yeah, now I have to speak in English as well. Benjamin, kannst du auch Englisch sprechen? Sprichst du Englisch? Und Sophia Schneider, ja, welcome. Ja, herzlich willkommen. Und ja, Sophia, sprichst du auch Englisch? Ne? Sag mal Bescheid, wenn du Englisch sprichst. Aber wie gesagt, werde ich auf Englisch sprechen, ne, damit ich viele Leute erreichen kann. Okay, deswegen. So guys, today we want to talk about generational wealth. Generational wealth. You know, generational wealth is very important to talk about it, because I noticed in Africa, where I come from, this principle is not working. You know, we see a lot of rich people, very rich people before, when they die, immediately they die, their wealth just died with them. And it is not like this. It is not like that in the Western world. In the Western world, is something different. You know, they transfer the wealth to their children, from the grandchildren. It's transferable. That is what they do here. The Mercedes of today we are looking at, the company was owned by their forefathers. Yeah, and many companies like that. Today we want to talk about it. That is very important, that we transfer wealth to our children. Most of what our people do, most of the thing they do is that they invest on human capital, which is fine. You invest on human capital, that is, you invest on your children to go to school. They go to school, and that is all. But it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. We have to, try to transfer the wealth to the children. Now, how do you transfer the wealth to the children? It's by, it's what we want to talk about today. That's what we want to talk about today. Yeah? So that you can maintain this wealth for so long. For so long. How does it happen? How do you do that? In Africa, the parents, they attach much importance to sending their children to school, and they always believe that's all they can do. Once they are able to, go to school, go to university and study and so on, that is fine. That is fine to do that, but it's not enough. It's righteousness. Here in the West, is not a problem because they do it here. You know, when a parent is rich in the West, what they do is that they look at one of their child who is very smart, who love the business they are doing. They already employ such a child. So the child will join the business when the parents are still alive. And they will start, running the business together. So it can just, the parents will only make, he will be the general manager and we make the one of his child a manager. And this is how this wealth can be transferred to the family. So heute, wie gesagt, ich rede viel auf Englisch hier und weil viele auch die zu unserer Familie gehören, sind sprechen Englisch. Deswegen, so unser Thema für heute ist generationenübergreifendes Vermögens. Ne? Wie können wir eine langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit schaffen? Ne? Wir kennen das hier in Europa. Wir kennen das, dass wenn dein Eltern reich ist und dann, was macht er? Ja, wenn er reich, der hat großes Geschäft und was macht er? Während er noch lebt, ein Kind wird einfach da arbeiten und wenn der Eltern stirbt und dann übernimmt dieses Kind. Und so kann man diese Reichtum gesichert. Ne? Und er bleibt so lange. Ne? Haben wir Mercedes, heute zum Beispiel BMW bestimmt, gehört zu der Opa. Ne? Wenn der Opa stirbt, dann ihre Kinder macht es weiter. So geht es. Und in Afrika, solche Sachen gibt nicht. Ne? So, ich versuche es jetzt aus meinen Erfahrungen, was ich schon gesehen habe, zu erklären, wie solche Prinzip auch solches Prinzip auch in Afrika praktiziert werden kann. So, das ist, was ich versuche hier zu erzählen. So, ich rede auch mit meinen afrikanischen Leuten. Sie soll einfach zuhören, ne? Und darum muss ich auf Englisch sprechen. Ja, wie gesagt, werde ich auch ab und zu auch auf Deutsch sprechen. Versuche zu übersetzen, was ich versuche zu erklären hier. So, just like I'm saying, guys, I don't know if anybody is still there. I don't know. I don't really know. If you have not subscribed, please go and subscribe. Be part of this family. Go and subscribe, guys. Go and subscribe. Go and subscribe. Be part of our family so that we can take you to places. We can always tell you, give you information as it is hot. As it is hot. Yeah. So how can we transfer the wealth? How can you transfer your wealth to your children? This is going to the African parents. I know they do it in Europe, and this is what they do here. Even the small scale business, where they make at least 3,000 or 4,000 a day. So the wealth could also be transferred to the children because they go to school and learn, and you employ them in your company, and they start learning it. And by the time you are no more living, the children will take over, and it will continue like that. And the wealth will remain in the family. That is what they don't do in Africa. And that is what we are talking about today, how to transfer wealth, how to maintain a generational wealth, so that the word will be there forever and ever. So that's what I'm talking about. So guys, come around. If you have not subscribed, go and subscribe to this channel. It's very important. Be part of this family so that we can take you to places. I travel a lot. Like I said, I show you part of Germany or everywhere you have never been to, especially here in Germany, and also outside Germany as well. I go everywhere, so we can take you there. So guys, like I said, it is very good to invest on human capital as well, because that's the first thing you have to do, to make it very perfectly, is to first invest in that human capital by investing on your children to learn a skill, like they go to school to go and learn, study how to manage a business. When they study how to manage a business, they have to go through the practical routes as well. So the practical aspect of it is by working with you. So they feel the challenges you face and everything you face on how the thing technically work. And that is how the words can remain forever. That is how the word can remain forever. So sag mal Bescheid, wenn du da bist. Wer ist neu da? Sag mal, ich bin da. Sag mal, ich bin da, melde dich. Ich bin da. Und wenn du Frage hast, du sollst einfach fragen. Frag mal. Wenn du etwas nicht verstanden hast, auch sag mal, ich habe nicht verstanden. Und dann kann ich versuche auch zu erklären auf entweder Deutsch oder Englisch. Aber ich rede Englisch im Moment. Und Englisch ist unsere Plattformsprache. Leider, aber kann ich auch Deutsch sprechen, wenn du Frage hast. Wenn du Frage hast, frag mal und dann dann versuche ich deine Frage zu beantworten. Okay? So guys, that is it. That is it. So we are still waiting for others. We're waiting for people. I don't know how many people there now. I don't know how many people there. I was waiting. Let me know if you are new there. Stroma 777. Was? Was? Ja. Ja, wir reden über generationenübergreifendes Vermögen, ja. Ja, wie können wir langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit schaffen. Und es handelt sich von wer ist Pella? Oh, Pella 540. Oh, Pella, how are you? Wie geht's dir, Pella? Geht's dir gut? Ja, so, herzlichen Willkommen. Und ja, so wie gesagt, es geht um langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit zu schaffen. Wie schaffen wir langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit? Wie kann ein Reichtum einfach langfristig, wie kann es lange bleiben? Wie bleibt es lange in der Familie? Aus Benin. Pella aus Benin. Oh, how are you? Hola, aus Benin. Comment ça va? Are you from Benin City or Benin? Comment ça va? Pella? Oh, Pella aus Benin. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, mir geht es gut und dir auch. Es geht mir gut. Pella, sprichst du Englisch? Do you speak English, Pella? Do you speak English? Or you speak French? Sprichst du Französisch oder Englisch? Oder Deutsch? Pella. Sag mal, welche Sprache soll ich sprechen? Soll ich auf Englisch oder Deutsch oder Französisch? Weil Bini, es kann auch, aber so, ich sehe die Fahne da, ich denke, ja, Französisch ist sehr gut für mich, auch Französisch, okay. Je parlais français un peu. Je parlais français, ce n'est pas bien. Ce n'est pas bien. Moi, le français, n'est pas bien. Ja, n'est pas bien. Aber tu parlais anglais? Bella, tu parlais anglais? Nein, top. Französisch. Wirklich, bon. C'est bon. C'est bon, monsieur oder mademoiselle? Ja, c'est bon. Thank you. Hast du schon abonniert? Have you subscribed to our channel? Go and subscribe if you have not done that. Bella, if you have done that, thank you to be part of us. Ja, ich verstehe ein wenig Englisch. So, ja, ich komme aus Englisch. Ich komme aus Afrika, Nigeria. Ne? I come from Nigeria. But I live here. I live in Germany, you know. And have you subscribed? Go and subscribe, Pella. Or have you subscribed to our channel, Egin Wilson? Go and subscribe. If you have not, okay. So what we are talking about is about generation wealth. You know, if you are watching from Benin, you know, in Africa, we only invest in human capital. You know, we invest on our children to go to school, only to go to school. Even some of us are very rich. Some of the African parents are very rich. The business they are doing that make them to be very, very rich, they don't introduce it to their children. And this is very bad. And when their children finish school, they graduate school, they will start looking for job, you know, and when the parent dies, and that will be the end of the business, you know. And this is what we are talking about here today, that the parents should try to introduce their business to their children. So even if the children, if they already invested their money on the children to learn skill, to go to school, to study management and everything, these children can take the business to another level. So by the time the children bring all these skills, all this knowledge to the business of the father, it will change the style and everything. It will just, you know, it can only be better than the way the parents were managing the business. You know, that is what we are talking about here. Very important. Nelly. Hallo Nelly. Wie geht's dir? Sprichst du auch Englisch oder sprichst du Deutsch? Wie sieht das aus bei dir? Nelly, guckst du auch aus Deutschland an? Aus welchem Land guckst du an? Aus welchem Land? Sag Bescheid. Sag mir einfach, wo du. Ich spreche Englisch und Deutsch und mir geht es gut, danke. Oh, sehr gut. So, du sprichst Englisch, you speak English. So, hast du schon abonniert, Nelly? Hast du schon abonniert? Bist du auch mit uns? Hast du schon abonniert? Wenn nicht, mach mal. Ja, mach mal. Ja, mach mal. If you have not subscribed, go and do that, so that you can be part of us. Oh, hast du. Okay. Vielen Dank, dass du gemacht hast. Ja, das heißt, du kriegst immer Notifikation oder Bescheid, immer wenn ich da bin, okay? Oder wenn neu Post. Darum ist es wichtig, zu abonnieren. Ne? Ist wichtig, dass du auch mitkriegst. Okay. So, yes, what I was talking about is just to encourage the African parents. You know, some of them will have a lot of business idea. They even have a very big business. What they do is children should just go to school and they send them abroad. You know, they leave the multi-million business that they are running, and the children will come to Europe and stay there. They won't even have interest to go back and do the business again. What can turn them to multimillionaire? You know, they will stay abroad. They will not have time to go back and manage the business again, because what the father is doing or the parent is doing there is something the children can just take over and begin to, continue on the expansionist policy what the parent have started. They will only know but they have to learn the business. It's not enough to just send them to school to go and learn a skill. It's not enough. By the time they finish studying, then they start looking for jobs. They start looking for job. Meanwhile, the parent is already having job waiting for them. They only need to change the face of the business and make it a multi-million business. Ich werde eine andere Stream. Okay, yeah, Nelly, vielen Dank, eh? Und schönen Sonntag, okay? Ja, mach's gut. Vielen Dank, dass du gekommen bist, eh? Du bist immer mit uns. Ja, ich bin noch hier, falls du immer noch kommen kannst. Du kannst immer noch zurückkommen. Okay? Irgendwann werde ich auch draußen noch live streamen. Irgendwann, ne? Und dann werden wir sehen, wo wir sind, wie unsere Stadt ist und alles, okay? Jetzt im Moment möchten wir einfach reden über diese generationenübergreifendes Vermögen. Ne? Wie können wir eine langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit schaffen? Ne? Und es geht nur mit unseren Eltern, die Eltern, die so viel Geld haben, dieses Geschäft einfach ihre Kinder beibringen, damit sie auch besser managen können. Ne? Und das versuche ich hier zu erzählen, meine afrikanischen Leute, weil in Afrika ist etwas anders jetzt, dass die reichen Leute da, die Geschäft, was sie machen, sie haben kein Interesse, ihre Kinder beizubringen, und ist so wichtig. Ne? Und dann die Kinder sollen einfach, sie schicken einfach ihre Kinder zur Schule, und sie sollen einfach viele Zertifikate, ne? Die erwerben viele Fabrikaten, und was machen sie mit diesen Zertifikaten? Sie suchen nach Arbeit. Ne? Obwohl der Eltern hat schon große Geschäft, was er macht, und ja, die bringen es nicht, bei. Ne? Und dann, was machen sie? Dann suchen sie auch nach Arbeit, noch was zu Hause da ist. Ne? So, that is exactly what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm trying to say, guys. So, today we are just talking about how it can work, what they have to do. And as an African parent with a very good business ideas and very profitable business ideas, that they have it already done, and the only thing they know is to just invest money on the children to go to school, to go and learn skills, and so, and they forgot to realize that this business can be introduced to their children, and because they already have practical experience, the parent has the practical experience already, so he's only going to introduce it and go with the parent while the parent is still living. I've said it before, while the parent is still living, you have to employ the parent, your children there. Let them start working. Let them start, one of them will be manager, someone that studied management will be in charge of the account section, and they will be acquiring practical experience. They'll be acquiring practical experience. And I will tell you something today about the method of our education in Africa and here in the West. Is quite different, and that is why we see in the West today that the West are more practical, like in Africa we are more theoretical, if there's any word like that, theoretisch in Africa. In the West, then say practice here in West. Why is it like that? Because experience is always the bedrock of knowledge. It is a practical experience that qualifies you, you know, and to be a professional. You understand? You must have a practical experience, and that is more important in the West. But that will be the topic for another day, where we try to explain the difference between the educational system of the West and the Africans continent. I don't know. I'm talking of Nigeria because we only have practical experience of how it operates in Nigeria. We have a very great school institution, but we are too theoretical. Ne? Was German sagen theoretisch. Diese nicht praktisch genug. We are not practical enough in Africa, especially in Nigeria. That is why, and I will explain what should be introduced into our curriculum in Nigeria. And I think they are doing it now. I just believe they are doing it now because some of our children that are coming to Europe for masters, they do great here. When they are here, they do great because with this their theoretical experience they have there, and when they come here, they see they have the opportunity to to practicalize what they have learned there, and that is why they thrive here in Europe. But in Africa, they might not be able to thrive. So but let me just remain on what I am talking about the generational wealth. That is what we are talking about today. The other one, that of the school system, will come in my next live video, live streaming. So guys, I'm going to post this, and you can just share it if you are not opportune to be here today, to be so that you can share it, so that let somebody know and somebody tell another person, so that we can just create employment in Africa. We can create employment in Africa, because it's not good if the parent dies and the business will die with it. What do we enjoy here in Europe today is because they have a lot of industries. Or who owns all this industry? They didn't just start one day. It is as a it is created by this system, this generational wealth system, that people, their parents maintain the wealth, they transfer it to the children, and the children continues, and that is why everybody is rushing to the West today. That's why we are rushing to the West today. If we are able to do the same thing in Africa, I bet you many people go back there, because when they create a lot of companies, a lot of industries, if people are working, they won't have time to commit crime. If people are busy, they won't have time for crime, because many are poor, many are not doing so many things. You see children of wealthy people who are suffering simply because the parents refuse to, introduce the business to them when the person is still living. And after he's dead, you just see everything will just die like that, So this is what we are preaching, and this is what I'm talking about. And if you have any opinion, or you want to add to what I was saying, you are free. Just send a message. Right. Let me see. Just type. Ne? Wenn du etwas auch addieren, wenn du etwas zu addieren hast, kannst du auch einfach schreiben. Ne? Du sollst schreiben. Sag mal, was man auch tun kann. Was wichtig ist, dass man anbehalten muss. Yeah. So that is just it, guys. That's just it. I think many are in the church now. I know our African people go to church a lot, so many will be in the church now. So I don't know how many people online. I could only see 17 at once, so I don't know how many people there now. Let me know if you are still there. Write something. Write something. Bist du noch da? Ja, sag mal Bescheid. Sag Bescheid. Hand hoch, wenn du da bist. Sag Hallo. Sag Hallo, ich bin noch da. Ne? Sag Hallo, wenn du noch da bist. Okay. So, ja, ich werde nicht so viel reden heute. Ich möchte eigentlich kurz reden, weil ich nicht so viele Leute sehe jetzt. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich korrekt bin oder nicht. Aber ja, ich lasse es einfach so. Let me just leave it there. So in our next live Begegnung, live streaming, I think I will be talking about the difference between the school system in the West and in Africa. I'll be talking about that. What we need to observe. What we need to observe. Why is Europe like this? Why is Africa? Although Africa is still a developing country too, but we can still do more. We can do more to to develop our nation. We can do more. So, and this topic, this generational wealth is very important. This is one of the things that we have to take into consideration to develop our nation, Africa. It's very important. We shouldn't be allowing businesses to be dying. It's not a good thing. And the reason is your children can manage your business very well. That is your children that have interest. A child that have interest, a child that has been working with you when you are still alive, will know everything about the business, and he can succeed you, and he will be able to run the business very, very perfectly. That is it. Very important that we have to sing this bell. We have to ring this bell. We have to let our African billionaires know that it's not only limited to investing in the education. It's very important too, because anybody that want to run a business need to be at least a little bit enlightened, and after that, he can join the business while you are still living. It should be part of the business when you are still living. Show him, even if it's a poultry farm you have, even if it doesn't really follow that it has to be, you have to be a multimillionaire. Anything you are running, let your children know about it. So the moment they graduate from whatever courses they might have gone to the university to study or college to do, so they bring it them, let them have practical knowledge of the thing you are doing, and you will continue from there. And this is how we can reduce crime, we can reduce stress, we can reduce unemployment in our nation. That is what is happening in the West. That is what is happening here. This is what is happening here. All big men, Kuno and Nage, you hear about Mercedes, you hear about big companies. They are owned by their forefathers. Yes, owned by forefathers. And we have it also, the same thing we have also in Africa. But in Africa, we let it go. We just let it go. We don't even bother about the children. We only think the only way, some will even say, go to London, and they'll be proud of it. I send my children to London because and you have a multi-billion business there, and you send somebody that could succeed, you can take over. So let me tell you the disadvantage of this. Let me tell you the disadvantage of this by sending your children away from your business. And at the end of the day, you see them regretting when the children now went abroad or that go traveled outside and study, and they are coming back. Then they want later, when they are now old, these old parents, they want their biggest wunsch, their biggest wish is that their children should come and inherit what they have done. But the children that have never learned anything about what you are doing can never succeed you. You will just come and sell it off. He will prefer to be taking his 2,000 euro job, whereas he can be making multi-million in your business if he continues there, because he has gone away. He doesn't want to do it again. That is it. He doesn't want to do it again. He will see it as first they start complaining about the environment. He will be afraid to live there in Africa. That's another thing. He will not like to come back again to come and run the business. But if he has been in the business when you are still active, that you are putting him through, and he's going through what you went through, he's building resilience, he will stand there and he will do it. He will even do it better, because he will also is going to add his educational knowledge that he has acquired, will be added and put it into the business, and he will expand the business worldwide. Yeah, so that is it. That is how it is done here in the West. That is how it is done here. That is how it is done here. So that is repercussion of the thing. They want their children to come back and inherit it. And they are sad when the children refuse to come back. They are sad. You see them sad and say, "Oh, we inherit all this wealth I have now." And then that is why things can still be changed. We have to begin to sing this song. Let people know, let rich people know that it is very important that they involve their children in their business. Most du als Eltern eure Kinder immer oder in euer Geschäft involvieren, ist so wichtig, ne? Dass sie auch darüber ein Rolle spielen. Sie müssen ein Rolle spielen. Sie müssen auch dabei sein, ne? Dass sie auch, damit sie weitermachen. Ich weiß, geht es hier so. Es ist so hier. Meistens sind so hier. So, aber ich rede jetzt über die Afrikaner, die immer denken, ja, wir müssen unsere Kinder nach Europa schicken. Ich habe Geld, ich bin Chef, ich habe so viel Firma und ich schicke mein Kind nach Europa. Der soll studieren und das war's. Es ist gut, der soll studieren, aber danach muss dieses Kind wieder zurückkommen oder der soll einfach mitmachen. Ist sehr wichtig, es ist besser, sogar mitzumachen, während du noch aktiv bist. Ne? So kann diese langfristige finanzielle Sicherheit geschafft werden. Es gibt keinen anderen Weg. Okay? There's no other way to do that. And so next time, I'm going to talk about our educational system abroad. And I mean, I say abroad, I'm also in diaspora. I'm also in diaspora. I mean, our educational system in Africa and in the West, especially I know about Nigeria. I can't talk about other African countries. The educational system, what we have to take note of, what is the differences? Why is Africa like that? Despite the fact that people, a lot are educated, but nothing is happening there. So I will say something, the cause of the thing, the cause, what are the things that we have to take into consideration, what we have to add to our school curriculum in Africa. And now it is done here in the West. So guys, I think, like I said, I don't want to talk too much today. So I think today, this is almost 44 minutes. I'll be stopping soon. So let's see, let's just wait. Maybe we will see somebody coming there. I want to say something. Is anybody there? Ja, ist jemand da? Ja, sag mal, wenn du noch da bist, sag, dass du da bist. Sag mal bitte. Ja, sag mal, ja, ich bin noch da. Ja, wir sind noch da. I don't know, this. So, wie gesagt, wenn du noch nicht abonniert, ich sag da, bitte abonnieren, schnell. Ne? If you have not subscribed, be part of this family. Be part of this family. Go and subscribe. Wie gesagt, I travel a lot. Yeah, I travel a lot, and so I can take you to places where you have not been. I can take you there. So, guys, I have just 5 minutes. I'll be going in 5 minutes. So, do you have any question or you want to add to our discussion? Let me know. Hast du eine Frage oder willst du auch dazu sagen? Ne, alle, was ich erklärt habe heute, willst du auch dazu sagen? Wäre sehr gut, andere Meinungen zu hören, werde ich so gut finden, ne, wenn Sie etwas dazu sagen möchten. Sie sind frei. You are free to say something to what I've said today. Und ich möchte auch wissen, ob alles klar ist. Hast du was mitgenommen von unserer Diskussion heute? Willst du noch mehr wissen? Ich möchte auch wissen. Wenn du noch mehr wissen möchtest, sag auch Bescheid. Oder wenn du etwas nicht verstanden hast, lass ich auch wissen. Okay? Ja, und ja, wir begegnen uns immer hier auf dieser Plattform, ne, live. Manche am Sonntag, aber es gibt keine bestimmte Zeit. Wenn ich frei bin, dann komme ich live. Ich bin frei heute, Sonntag, und darum bin ich hier. Und sag mal, ob du etwas dazu sagen willst, sag mal. Und wenn nicht, dann können wir stoppen. Okay, dann mach's gut und tschüss, bis nächstes Mal.